Hi, I'm Patrice, Business Director of She, and thank you so much for tuning in to She TV. Today's post is called Fearless Faith: 3 Steps to Be Bold in Your Faith and Trust God's Plan. And the reason why this is so important to me is because I let fear hold me back from so many opportunities, such as job opportunities, ministry opportunities, even relationship opportunities, just because when I have fear in God's plan, I don't trust in His plan over my life. And the Bible clearly says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, which is in Proverbs 3:5. And I used to say I was too busy for things because of the fear of not being able to have time to do it. So, what I was busy with was obviously not kingdom's work. And with this, it was so evident that instead of, I was also emotionally and physically tired because I was so busy doing so many other things that I was also spiritually drained. And with this, I was so spiritually drained that I allowed the enemy to get into my mind and make me believe that God's power or God's presence wasn't important. Even I even said that, oh, I don't have time to read the Bible. I don't have time to pray. And the one I even said I don't have time to go to church. Yeah, like I would even say, oh, well, I'll go to church next week. God knows my heart, so it's okay. And that's not the right way to go about building a relationship with Christ. And the other thing I used to say is that I was not qualified, so I can't do it. And whatever it was, it wasn't going to happen because I was trusting in my own abilities to do what this thing was. This came along with job opportunities. Even whenever I would be at an interview, resume in hand, suit on, I did not trust that I was going to be able to get the position, or doubted myself so much that even the person interviewing me could feel that. Because when you have that lack of confidence, or when you have that fear essentially in your spirit, it's easy to be reciprocated outside of your personality, and whoever you're talking to can feel that. So long story short, I wasn't able to get a certain position because I felt like I had lack of confidence in self because I didn't feel qualified. Other things I do is I say I don't feel qualified to be in this ministry because I don't have again, I don't have time to be effective in the ministry, without trusting that God would give me the ability to be effective regardless of my circumstances. But instead of even trusting, I would just leave and say, I can't do it. I can't do this. Um, Not realizing that our qualifications come from God and not ourselves. One scripture that comes to mind is 2 Corinthians 3:5. It is not that we think we are qualified to do anything on our own. Our qualifications come from God. And that really brought it home to me that I don't know why I always believe that I need to be qualified, like me personally, I need to be qualified to do certain things, and not allowing God's power to come into my life because I'm trying to, again, control the situation, control everything around me. And with that, I lose out on a lot of opportunities because of fear, because of lack of confidence, and because thinking I don't qualify for certain things. So this year, I'm going to have fearless faith. It's actually something that I put on my vision board, that I are telling all my friends, all my family. This year is my year of faith. I'm not going to allow fear to hold me back from God's purpose over my life, uh, and God's plan, whatever God's plan is for me. And how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to have fearless faith over my life is, one, I'm going to be dig deeper in my word. And with this, it's just being intentional with praying over consistent prayer, with having quiet time, and just being able to really dig deeper into reading the Bible and reading scripture. One thing I know, people always say, oh, you can multitask, you can pray, you can read, on the bus or whenever you're doing certain things. But for me, that is true. You can do that. But for me, in order to have that real deep quality time with God, I need to have quiet time. And being intentional about setting time apart will help me get to that point. Second step is to dig deeper in my worship. And with this, I'm starting to realize that I didn't realize that I was so fearful in my worship, that I was putting God in a box. Like I thought I could only worship certain way in a certain setting, doing certain things. But however the Spirit moves you is how you need to worship. And that's what I'm starting to realize now. And this year, I'm going to not allow fear hold me back from that experience that I want to have with God. And lastly, is just to have faith. I no longer want to worry about things that are unknown. Even though I can't see, can't see the future, I can't see what's going to happen in advance, I need to trust that God's plan is the best plan for me, and that no matter what's going on now, it's only temporary, and things are going to get better essentially because I have, I have God. I have trust that God is um, going to move me and help me throughout whatever situation I'm in. And that goes with just trusting that God's got your back, essentially. Knowing that no matter what comes your way, God is always going to be there to help you through. And lastly, don't worry. And my favorite scripture about this, even though it's so simple, just don't worry. We're always going to worry because non-intentional things that go on, that we're going to worry about certain things, but we have to trust, and trusting God will help us not to worry about certain things. And a scripture that I go to the most is Philippians 4:6. Don't worry about anything, except pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all that He's done. So, with this, I hope that this has blessed you all. Remember to have fearless faith and to push forward, and also to trust God and know that He's got your back. Stay prayed up. Love you, ladies. Bye.